Alright, just imagine this. What if the Huntrix from K-pop Demon Hunters came face to face with Forsaken killers? Obviously it never happened, but what if it did? They might not be demons, but they're still a massive threat to their fans. So the real question is, could the Huntrix actually stop the Forsaken killers? Watch the end to find out, because the results might actually shock you. So, we got the Huntrix, Mira, Zoe, and Rumi versus the Forsaken killers, Noli, Cool Kid 1X, John Doe, and the Slasher, not including Guest 666 if he comes out by the time I finish this video. He did. This video is going to be unlike anything I've ever done before. I'm going to try my best to scale the power of both sides as fairly as possible. Just a quick disclaimer before I start, this video may include spoilers of the K-pop Demon Hunters movie, although I feel like everybody watching this probably would have seen it. So, anyways, if you don't like spoilers, I suggest you watch the movie then come back. But without further ado, let's get ready to rumble! The first thing we're going to do is power scale the Huntrix, because before I can get a clear victor of the battle of the ruthless killers from Forsaken and Huntress, we first need to understand the abilities and factors that may help this trio win. Some people argue that the Huntrix can be scaled to planetary levels due to their impact on the whole world by sealing the Honmoon, so let's debunk this. Yes, it is true that sealing the demons away from the Earth by turning the Honmoon gold could be considered planetary because it saves souls all around the world, and yes, we know that the Huntrix were ultimately able to achieve this. But the problem is the Honmoon doesn't really have anything to do with the Forsaken killers because they're not under the Demon King's control, so they can't be sealed or even go into the demon realms like the demons from the movie can. Because of this, the Huntrix being planetary level cannot be a valid argument for this matchup, so let's dive into some statistic scaling, which I've divided into 5 categories: durability, speed, combat ability, attack power, and abilities. Let's go ahead and start with their most impressive stat, which is surprisingly their durability. Even at just the start of the movie, when the 3 girls start the first song, How It's Done, all 3 Huntrix members jump out of the plane with no hesitation and land perfectly on the stage below, taking 0 damage. How is this even possible? I might as well not even question it. Anyways, just this alone puts their durability at insane levels, and their calm demeanor about the whole jumping out of the plane thing suggests that they could have done a lot worse and probably been fine. Because of surviving this fall with no effort at terminal velocity, this highly suggests their durability is at very least large building level. I was really not expecting that, but moving on, their speed is something less impressive to talk about. Nothing in the movie really stood out to me speed-wise, but since the girls are expertly trained in fighting and pretty athletic all around, the highest I'd go for speed is maybe peak human level. Their combat ability is really no laughing matter either. They wield blue glowing weapons that they can use on a mastered level, and the 3 of them use them all to slay demons in their path. Their overall attack power is where things get rather confusing though. Consistently through the movie, we can see the Huntrix destroying demons in just one blow, but only with their weapons. I think this most likely means that their weapons are powered by some sort of positive energy from the Honmoon, indicated in the blue color, while the demons are full of the red negative energy, and that's why they get completely wiped out with an adequate swing of the blue weapons. I can prove this because on multiple occasions when the demons are hit but they don't just instantly die or explode, it's because they were only hit by a throw, a punch, a kick, etc. So no, their attack power isn't crazy high because of the fact that they can just one-shot any demon, but one-shotting the Demon King probably has to count for something since he's an incredibly strong character. Because the Huntrix are seen effortlessly throwing demons through different material walls, I think the highest AP scale we can go for this is like large wall to small building levels if you really want to highball it. Besides being extremely durable, the Huntrix don't possess too many abilities besides being skilled combatants that work on the Forsaken killers. The second thing we have to do before determining the winner of this matchup is scale the Forsaken killers. And lucky for me, the killers for the Forsaken universe are so much easier to power scale. First things first, let's rule out multiversal scaling for these characters. I've seen people say that the killers are multiversal because they can use hacks or admin commands to destroy worlds within the Roblox metaverse, but for this video we aren't doing that because it'd be a bit overkill. We are going to be restricting the killers to their Forsaken game versions. To find out their base speed, all I have to do is convert their studs per second run to an actual real-life measurement. In this case, Slasher and Cool Kid are the fastest, being capable of running up to 17.5 miles per hour, and 1X, being the slowest killer, besides Guest 66 who just came out, can run 16.9 miles an hour. This puts them comfortably in about peak human speed scaling similar to the Huntrix. Their durability is best determined by taking the health stat of John Doe, the tankiest killer in the game, also not taking into account Gesix6 who just came out who has way more health, and dividing it by 50, which is the damage chances Flintlock gun will do in the game. This works out to be 30, so we can say for sure that the Forsaken killers can survive no more than 30 gunshots. This places all of the killers within low to mid superhuman durability range as well. Their strength is about on par with the superhuman trend, maybe a little lower considering it takes them 4 to 5 attacks to kill about an average human. The abilities of specific killers can put them at a higher attack power tier and grants them a lot more options though. For example, Noli's Nova, while doing a bit of damage in-game, would really be doing a lot more destruction and damage due to it really just being a small bomb. A concentrated blast from a small bomb is around building level. Other notable abilities that might be effective are Cool Kid's Walk Speed Override because of its fire damage, and 1X's attacks inflicting poison or John Doe's spike summoning. The killers of Forsaken actually really struggle in one specific category, and that's their combat ability and combat speed. The canonical game version of these characters have cooldowns to consider so their attacks don't get spammed, so this will actually end up being quite an issue for them. Each of them can only throw out a base attack every 2 seconds or so, and they can use their abilities after about 15 seconds or longer of waiting, depending on which one they use. Anyways, Forsaken killers have quite some impressive overall superhuman level feats, but now it's time for the real question. Can the Huntrix from K-pop Demon Hunters beat these Forsaken killers? Okay, here we go, part 3, the outcome. Just going into this matchup head first, a few things are immediately made clear. One of those things is the fact that the Huntrix are actually outnumbered by 2 members. Gesix6. But how much of an issue actually is this? Well, let's talk about it. Even though the Forsaken killers have 2 more people on their team to try to use as an advantage, it doesn't help much due to their awful overall attack speed. Even with less members, the Huntrix can throw out twice or maybe triple the amount of attacks the Forsaken killers can overall in a specific time frame. Because of the fact that the Forsaken killers are not like the demons from K-pop Demon Hunters, they won't be able to get one-tapped by the Huntrix's weapons. But I'm far from saying that their attacks won't hurt, because they definitely will. The Hunters have handled demons in quantities much larger than that of the Forsaken killers, so they get even more attacks to go around per character. And even though the Forsaken killers have a superhuman durability and can survive up to 30 gunshots, getting hit by rapid wall-level strikes is going to completely wear them out in no time, especially the ones that specialize in close range. Killing each of them may be within a maximum of 5 hits. 5 hits is still being very generous. Take for example the attack the Huntrix used on Guima at the end of the movie to kill him would probably instantly kill any of the killers in one shot. Basically what they need to do is try their very best to tank and keep the Huntrix away from Noli and 1x1. Noli and 1x have the highest damaging abilities converted to real life, those being Nova and Mass Infection. If either of these abilities land head on to the Hunters, it would be their best chances of getting any damage on them. The thing that makes this rather hard to see working is the fact that the Huntrix have honed reaction time, meaning that seeing Noli's Void Star coming or 1x's Mass Infection will be really easy and allow them to dodge and deflect accordingly. The killers would have to stall for an incredibly long time for this to actually get them the win, because then again, there's the Huntrix high durability scaling. Nova is the only ability that can cause real good damage on the Hunters, and once again it has a 15-second cooldown. I can totally see the Huntrix avoiding the first time Noli throws the star and then just beat the crap out of him afterwards, basically taking away the Forsaken killer's main win condition. The fact that the killers have to find a new strategic plan to actually get these abilities to hit their mark, because the Huntrix would just be able to dodge and react to the abilities, adds a whole new extra layer of complexity to the fight that the killers just aren't cut out for. I'm not saying that the killers have no win conditions, because I guess they have a few ultra specific ones that all require stalling or running away for an impossible amount of time, because the only thing that the killers have over the Hunters is speed, and it's only by a little bit. All things considered, I'm ready to make my final verdict. The Huntrix from K-pop Demon Hunters would beat the 5 Forsaken killers with a medium difficulty, and that's only because they might get a little gassed out from the attempted stalling and possible hit from a Void Star. From all the Forsaken fans that are mad right now, just know that these words are coming from an actual Forsaken fan too, and it's honestly just the truth. The Forsaken killers really aren't built to survive wall level attacks, let alone wall level attacks in rapid succession. They're only really built to survive wimpy Shidletsky stuns. I think the killer's ability to work as a team to some extent and actually attempt their very few win conditions is very low too. I mean, half of them are mute and one of them is 8 years old at heart. Pulling off their win conditions is nearly impossible to do, so I say that the Forsaken killer's win rate against the Huntrix is most likely only 20 to 25%. Anyways, K-pop Demon Hunters fans, I hope you enjoy your little W there, and this is where I'll end the video. This video was hard to throw together, so if you want to support my channel, I greatly appreciate if you like or subscribe or commented your thoughts. Please and thank you. One last announcement before I go. This is my 100th video, so I would love to thank all 22,000 of you, actually I think it is now, for sticking with me through all this time. I really have enjoyed making videos for you guys, and this is a special milestone for my channel. Goodbye now.
Is this the nichest matchup of 2025? You're my soda pop, my little soda pop.